In the universe, there was nothing except there was a tiny ball. This tiny ball, there was a very small tiny ball. This is called cosmic egg. So when there was an explosion, big explosion occurred 13.7 billion years ago. Within 1 second of the explosion, 100 billion square kilometers of universe was formed. Particles at very high speed, very high speed to collide. And when they collide, what kind of new particles that come? That is what called as Higgs boson. Why Higgs boson? The scientist's name is Higgs. Peters or Charles Higgs someday. Higgs is there. The first particle, this is a God particle. From Big Bang theory, the first particle which was formed is God particles. Okay, so let us see. Big Bang theory. Okay, now the Big Bang theory. Big Bang theory. So generally, in the Big Bang theory, don't write anything. Just wait. Don't write anything. Exchange. Right? So in the Big Bang theory, George Lemaitre and Edwin Hubble. See what happens, this is also called as expanding theory, expanding universe theory. Expanding universe theory. Universe theory. Right? So now let us start. Settle fast. Okay? Shall I? Now, there in the universe there was nothing. In the universe there was nothing except there was a tiny ball. This tiny ball, there was a very small tiny ball. This is called cosmic egg. Cosmic egg. Or it is called as singularity. Singularity. It is called as a cosmic egg or singularity. Now this singularity or the cosmic egg, it started 13.7 billion years ago. It exploded. Okay, it exploded. This singularity exploded. See one more. This singularity is generally we believe that this is from the black hole. Singularity has been formed from the black hole. Or cosmic egg has been from black hole. Black hole. Now this singularity got exploded. This singularity got exploded. 13.7 billion years ago, it exploded. Why it exploded first? 13.7 years ago, there was a big explosion occurred. Explosion, billions years ago. Explosion occurred. Now why there was a big explosion occurred 13.7 billion years ago? Why? This singularity, there was generally, it is an infinite mass. Yes or no? Infinite mass or having some mass, small mass? It is having smaller mass. But density is infinite. Temperatures is infinite. Gravity is infinite. So here we find there is a infinite infinite density, infinite temperature, infinite gravity, but small volume. It is very small volume. What it is having? It is having very small volume. Now here you see infinite, it is a tiny volume. Now why it got exploded? There was an explosion. So there was no matter in the universe, but there was a small singularity or the cosmic wave, that is cosmic egg. They are called as a cosmic egg. There was a large explosion occurred. Now why this explosion occurred first? What made this an explosion? See, whenever you see any circle, any star, its gravity, can you say the star towards the center, it is attracting its gravity? Gravitational pull will be there. At the same time, the star has to release energy. Then only it will be balanced. That means incoming gravitational force is equal to outgoing energy. Then only the star will maintain its stability. Otherwise, star will collapse. Now, why the star collapsed? See, nuclear fusion reaction or nuclear fission reaction? In the star, is it nuclear fusion or nuclear fission? Fusion reaction. Yes or no? In the star, nuclear fusion reaction. So generally, why this nuclear fusion? What is nuclear fusion reaction meaning? Hydrogen combined with hydrogen. It forms helium plus some energy. That energy is balancing your gravity. Otherwise, if outgoing is more than the incoming, what would have happened? Expansion would occur. Got my point? Expansion occurs. If the outgoing is less, incoming is more. Yeah, simple here. If you blow air in the balloon, expansion takes place. If you suck the air from the balloon, contraction takes place. So, can I say the outgoing energy is less and incoming, that is your gravity is more. Okay, this is your actually this side. This is this actually. Like this. Now gravity is more towards the inside. Gravity is pulling every body, every object inside. But outgoing body or energy is not there. What will happen? It sinks. Yes or no? Sinking. And due to the nuclear fusion reaction that is taking place in the star, explodes. That is where it is called cancer to the star. Cancer to the star. If there is an iron, later we'll see, if there is an iron in the star, that is a cancer to the star. Why? Because iron absorbs energy. It will never release energy. Iron will never release energy. Iron will absorb energy. So there was an explosion. So when there is an explosion, right? So when there was an explosion, big explosion occurred 13.7 billion years ago. Within 1 second of the explosion, 1 second of explosion, 100 billion square kilometers of universe was formed. And the first particle that was formed called as God particles. Not that one, God particles. Sure. I'll just expand it. Now fine. Now this is called God particle. Or these are also called as Higgs boson. Higgs boson. What is this Higgs boson? It's a God particle which was created. LHGC, Large Hadron Collider. LHGC, Hydrogen Collider. It is an experiment that is going on in border of Switzerland and France. Okay, if you want to see, I'll just show you. LHC Collider, Large Hadron Collider, Hadron Collider. Okay, this is an experiment which is going on. You can see. This is an experiment. Particles at very high speed, very high speed, they collide. And when they collide, what kind of new particles that come, that is what called as Higgs boson. Why Higgs boson? The scientist's name is Higgs, Peters or Charles Higgs, someday Higgs is there. In 1960s, he discovered the first particle, fundamental particle in this universe is Higgs. That is called God particles. For that, he was awarded with Nobel Prize also. Higgs boson. You can see. These are the experiment. Large Hadron Collider is an experiment. With very high speed, two particles are coming with very high speed. There will be a circle. And the circle covers whole France and some parts of the France and Switzerland. And here these particles are collided with very high speed. When they are collided, what is a new particle that is formed? That is called as Higgs boson or God particles. Point clear? Yes or no? So Higgs boson, even want to see boson collider particle. The first particle, this is a God particle. From Big Bang theory, the first particle which was formed is God particles. Got my point? Yes or no? That is also called as Higgs boson. Point clear? Yes or no? After that, quarks and antiquarks will form. Is this clear? I did not tell at that time, but now I am telling you. Clear? The first particle is God particles. Everything cannot be said in NCERT, no? Clear? So, the first particle which was formed, Higgs boson or God particle. Now, within this particles, when the particles were created, you know, from here onwards, the new particles which were formed called as quarks, antiquarks and electrons. Quarks, antiquarks, electrons. But these particles do not combine initially. Combine to form new particle initially. Why? New particle initially. Why? This I told you in NCERTs. Because of huge temperature. Temperature was more than billion degrees Celsius. The temperature was very high here. So why? Because the temperatures are not conducive to form new particles or elements. Got my point? Yes or no? So now within the 100 seconds, within the 100 seconds, within 100 seconds, the universe cooled down down almost 1 billion degree Celsius. It was almost cooled down to 1 billion degree Celsius. Is this clear? You are not writing? I told you, write fast. Fast. So initially, you can draw this. Achha. Universe was expanding now. After this, I will tell you. Fast. No one words you have to write running. Clear? What the Albert Einstein said, that every energy which is traveling in the universe, the energy can convert into, when it cools down, it convert into mass. That is what called as Albert Einstein E is equal to mc square. E is equal to mc square. That is, E means energy, M for mass, and C for velocity of light. That's why we are able to see the light. There was no light before the universe. There is no nothing. So light, can I say, in the space-time fabric, light started. When the universe began, the light started. Light, not life, light started. Can I say, universe began, the mass and matter obtained. The universe began, elements were formed. Yes or no? Yes or no? I told you, if you are enthusiastic, if you are having more, more activeness, then only I can expand my knowledge, tell you more. Otherwise, my knowledge will sink. Gravitational force is not there. If you have a gravitational force, you have to pull. Energy, according to Albert Einstein, energy cools down and forms matter. Black hole is a celestial body where the gravitational pull is very, very high. And understanding of the black hole is only up to this much. We do not know much information about the black hole. Clear? A black hole తెలుసుంటే ఈరోజు మనం how did the life started, earth formed తెలుసుకునేవాళ్ళం. We do not know. The gravitational pull is very, very high in the black hole. Even light cannot escape through the black hole.